Hey everyone, it's a modern day Nana. All right, we're outside again today and we are going to make an adorable Halloween display. It's going to be put with something we've already made. I'll show you at the end. Now, I just got this shutter out of my stash. They're great to have for little projects. You can do so much with them, and honestly don't know where I got it at. Sometimes you see them in the trash, on the side of the road. I Somebody's redoing their house or whatever, so that's always nice. So I work third shift, so I come home in the mornings, before the trash goes out. So yep, I have been known to stop and pick something up for sure. But yeah, it makes a really good base for so many different projects. We're going to make a little standing up against the wall thing with this, but it'd be great to make a shelf out of. I wanted to do that, and I might do that in a future video. You just have to put some brackets on the bottom. So I'm just taking this, no, it's a satin. I usually use satin paint. I have loved being outside this season, taking it complete advantage of it. I've got all my spray paints just sitting out here lined up, and I just actually had to buy a few more basics, like a black. But I just spray paint this. Make sure you get good into the little louvers, and I didn't even do the back. But I did get all around the sides and the front. And I had picked these letters up either at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. So you can get whatever wording you want to put on it. I thought this was cute, and it's going to go with what we do at the end. So, but you could do other cute sayings. Of course, they'd have to be smaller letters or a pretty short saying if you're using the big ones. Something like eek, though, if you did like a little spider vignette, that'd be cute. So, but we're doing the booing, and this is just a satin linen, I think, spray paint. I just pick them up at Walmart, and sometimes it does pay to get a little better quality. So I think this is like the 2 times something something something. So it covers pretty well. I noticed, like on the inside and the outside of these letters, it didn't take the paint real well, but honestly, I didn't worry about it. They were, because I'm going to grunge them up a little bit anyway, so I really didn't worry about it. Plus, it's Halloween, and it's supposed to be a little spooky and a little not perfect in my view anyway. So I'm just spray painting this. I think I'm getting down to the end of the can here, so I'm glad I have a reserve. As I had said before, it's nice just to have a few things on hand if you know you're going to use them, like a nice black paint, a nice off-white. I don't use a lot of just straight white, and a few things like that you know that you're going to be using, you're going to be needing for things. I'm just going willy-nilly there. Now I just let those dry, and I didn't even bother painting the back because you're not going to see them. So, ooh, I love that was cute. My son put that on there, the little goblin going across the screen. Now this is that Waverly antique wax that you can get at Walmart or different places. Now I got these stencils. It was like this big pack of stencils off of Amazon. And it was like 20 or 25 stencils, kind of boho, kind of boho. But I did notice when I was going through it that there were quite a few that really looked like snowflakes to me. So we'll definitely do a project with them for winter, Christmas season. So now I'm just taking these. I just picked 3. I didn't do the same on each one. And I'm just going to lay it down, put a piece of tape on it, because you want it to be flush and you want it to be on there. Otherwise, your paint kind of oozes out underneath it, and you don't want that. Now, this is a stencil brush. I got this in a 3-pack off of Amazon quite a while ago. I keep this one just designated. I don't wash it. I mean, I guess I could, and if it gets really gunky, I will, but I haven't washed it. And I just use this one and keep it designated for that antique wax because I do use it quite a bit. So I'm just doing the old pouncing here, which is what you do. You don't want to, rub it and smear it, brush across it, because it tends to get underneath. And we want as crisp of a design as we can get. So I start with that. There's a little bit on it, but that's the nice thing about this antique wax. You've got time to go in there with a little cloth and wipe off what you don't want. Even a Q-tip would be a good idea to have on hand. Good to have in like your little toolbox, some Q-tips, just for those tight to reach places, someplace you want to just get a little something off of. So I just do the same thing. And now I'm just kind of looking at it and thinking, now, where do I want these stencils? I like things to go, balance out. Kind of roughly, balance out roughly. So I put one on the left up there, and then I put one on the right down. Here I just have a little rag. But yeah, I think a Q-tip would have been better. You just want to get in there and get off what you don't want. Now we are going to grunge these up a little bit, so honestly, this wouldn't have really mattered. But, I am, believe it or not, a little bit of a perfectionist. Oh, now I'm just messing with the spray paint, just kind of trying to go over some spots. And it's just all blending in, so, do what you want. And if you don't want to do spray paint, you could just do like a nice acrylic paint and just paint it on. And then, just use a little paintbrush and paint it on. I was just outside and I've been going crazy with the spray paints. Okay, so I just pick a different stencil, and as you see, the stencil won't cover the entire area that I'm doing, so I just pick this part in the stencil that I like, that I want to be on my piece, and tape it down. Now that tape, I'm still working on that tape. It was Dollar Tree tape. I'm just telling you guys, I don't love it. I fight with that Dollar Tree tape all the time. Just that, just that little clear tape. So I don't know if I'll be buying more of it or not. All right, we're going to just do the same thing here. We're just kind of wiping it off, making it look nice. And we just continue to do. See, this time I just kind of pick a different spot, and you can eye this, and honestly you could do it any way you wanted. You could, stencil it all up, not stencil it. I just had these actually for that next project that's up there in the top. I had already started it. I think I got it at Michael's last year. It was in one of those little it was a little garland for the moon phases. So that I think will be the next video. We're still working on that. But it's kind of nice if you're doing projects to have a couple going at the same time, especially if you're painting or something and things have to dry in between. So, yep, I have that going, and we do use the stencils on that too. But these come in handy for so many things if you just want to add a little pop to it, a little something extra. We'll have to figure out what to do with those snowflakey looking ones. We can end up making something cool with those. Look, my tape dispenser's taped up. Oh, I'm using it as a shield. Hey, use what you got. Use what you got, right? That's what I do. Make do with what you've got and use the stuff you have, and you can make it work. So I'm just kind of messing and eyeing it. Okay, now we're going to do this last one. I would say these were probably 6-inch letters anyway. They were pretty good size. So, like I said, depending on what you want to do, or what you want to say on your shutter. Now, you can get a big shutter, like one of those kind of like ones that sometimes are like closet shutters that you do a closet with. That would be cool to do something big with. But this is just a smaller size one. Okay, so I'm just pouncing away here. This is a fun technique to do. You're always kind of like, oh boy, please turn out, because you never know. But the secret is, don't get a lot on your brush and then pounce. Don't swipe or smear across it. Just use that pouncing action, and that works the best. The stenciling, I can remember when the stenciling was, gosh, when did that start being a big thing? The 80s. People were stenciling like all the tops of their doorways and their bedrooms as a border. They'd stencil. I had some of those. I did some of those. So, yep, telling on myself. But, that's funny. Everything that, kind of what's saying, everything keeps coming back around. And we know that if we've been around any length of time. Oh, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, and getting it to my fancy. Like I've said in plenty of other videos, I'm kind of a controlled chaos kind of person. I like my stuff to look messy, but I want it to look messy the way I want it to look messy, so I don't want it to look haphazard. And if I do, it's in a controlled way. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. Anyway, so now I'm just going to start. I don't do the whole edges. I just kind of go around to where I think there's no right or wrong here. Just go around here and there where I think it could use some of that antique wax, and just kind of pounce around on it. And it just really brings it together. It just makes it look cohesive, and I like that when things are looking like, oh yeah, that's the way that should look. So we just get this done, and then I go find my old hammer. I've got a nice little hammer somewhere, but I'm bad about misplacing those things and laying it down, and I've got just a little one, like for these like little brad nails, I think they're called, we use. You don't need anything big to, because the letters don't weigh anything. You just need something to hang them on. I didn't put anything on the back. I just stuck them on there when, when I put the nails in. See, I didn't paint that back at all. I thought, that mean it doesn't need to be painted. And we can flip this around when we're done with this, if we don't want to use this black side, and we could do something with the other side. And that's nice too, because you do run out of room, and a lot of people don't have the luxury that I have of just having a big old house and lots of room to stick junk. So it's nice to downsize and be able to use a project for multiple things. Here's the big old hammer, big old rusty hammer, these little nails, and I just spaced them out. I just kind of laid them on the board. I already had a nail up there at the top from something I'd hung there before, I guess, on just the white shutter. But so I leave that, and then I just kind of center them and space them out to where they're even. And I think I do go up. Yes, I do, because I felt like I wouldn't have enough room. So I go ahead and put a little nail up there. Now, just be careful, because these are just little slats. So, but it's a little nail. So, shouldn't be a problem. And just space them out. I just kind of counted the slats. Use that as my measuring guide, because I'm not a big measurer, guys, which is okay. I do eye a lot of stuff, and most of the time it turns out okay. Every once in a while I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I need to get the measuring tape out, but a lot of times I'm like, yeah, that looks good. And that's the thing about it. You don't have to be all uptight and stressed out when you're doing crafts. We're having fun. It's our stuff. You know, you might want to be a little more careful if you're doing it to sell, but I don't do that. So anyway, looking good, looking good. So now I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I take this in the house and okay, here we are. Look at the, remember, I don't know if you do or not. These little ghosts we did several videos back in the Halloween. Just look in the Halloween playlist. They are so stinking cute. I ended up putting them in an old tea service, an old silver tea service. Sorry, the camera's wobbly. That's what I was going to say. Woo! Wow. Hope I don't make you dizzy here. But I just wanted to get like a shot of that and see how cute those ended up. So see, you know, you can make something kind of plain if you know you're going to stick it with something that is not. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.